What is up, guys? ExxotikGaming here, back with another Pixel Gun 3D weapon review, and today's review is on another one of the newer weapons introduced in the most recent update, a very interesting weapon called the Trapper. Now, before I jump into this video, I would like to say this is another pre-recorded video. I am recording this on June 8th, 2016, and with that being said, let's jump right into the review. Today's weapon is a very interesting weapon, and it has a lot of really cool abilities. I really like the Trapper, and it is one of my more favorite special weapons in Pixel Gun 3D. So with that being said, make sure to leave a like if you guys do enjoy this video, and let's jump right into the shop menu to look at the stats of this awesome weapon. Looking at the stats of the Trapper here, we can see that the weapon has a 23 efficiency, an 82 firing rate, a 6 capacity, and a 110 mobility. Really, the only big downside with this weapon is it only has a 6 capacity, so you will have to reload quite a lot with this weapon. But this weapon does have a very powerful single shot. It'll be a 2-shot headshot to a max armored player in Pixel Gun 3D. This weapon has the piercing shot ability, so it can take out multiple enemies with one single shot, as the little blast thingy that will come out of the Trapper will go through one enemy and take out anybody who is behind it. It also slows down the target, which is another great feature, just like the Icicle minigun, which will make it a lot easier to hit enemy players because this weapon does have a travel time. This is not like a lot of the other weapons in Pixel Gun 3D, where the second you fire, and if that person is within the crosshair, no matter how far away from you, it will still hit them the second you fire the little shots. With this one, that is not the case. It does have a travel time, and as you guys will see, it takes a little bit before the shot hits somebody all across distances like this hallway. And as you guys could see right there, that was a perfect example of why you do have to make sure your shots count, because you will have to reload a lot of times when using this weapon. But if you can make your shots pretty accurate and you can get a lot of headshots, it will turn out to be an absolutely fantastic weapon. Now, one thing that I have found is a lot of players doing is not really getting a lot of headshots when using the Trapper, and I feel like the main reason is because when using this weapon, it seems like it would be one of those weapons where you would aim above where the crosshair tells you to aim. That's not the case, though. You always have to make sure the person's head is inside the crosshair of this weapon, and that way you will be able to get a headshot when using this weapon. This weapon does not look that cool in battle. I thought it would look a lot cooler, but unfortunately it just looks like a very standard weapon. But when you do look at it in the shop menu, it is a very cool weapon. And honestly, it's very unique. It is another one of those kind of realistic, real life, not realistic, but like alive type of weapons in Pixel Gun 3D, kind of like the tiger and the pet dragon. So it's interesting in that aspect, but it's a very unusual weapon. That's just pretty much the standard adjective I would use to describe this thing. It's unusual. There's really not too many weapons like this in Pixel Gun 3D. Now, there are quite a few weapons that do have a bullet travel time, but they're a lot more standard to what you would assume a travel-timed weapon would be like. Like a lot of the disc-throwing weapons, the shuriken thrower, the laser disc thrower, and the razor thrower. Those are a lot more average to what you would assume a bullet travel time weapon would have. But this one is a lot more unique. And I really do enjoy this weapon for the fact that if you can manage to get those headshots, you're going to get some really rewarding shots. Like a lot of my other weapon reviews I have said, when using this weapon in particular, I feel really rewarded when I do get a single kill when using this weapon. A lot more so than some of the other weapons in Pixel Gun 3D, like the Prototype, the Exterminator, the Anti-Hero Rifle. Those are weapons where it's, you get a lot of kills when using them, but they're weapons where when you get kills with them, it's kind of natural. It's kind of what you would expect when using a weapon like that. With the Trapper, that's not the case, and this is one of those weapons where if you can manage to hit somebody with it, it's going to reward you quite well. It's going to sound pretty much awesome, and you're going to want to use it more and more after getting your first kill with it. Now, this is a weapon where you probably will not run out of ammo since you do not have too fast of a firing rate. Even though you do have to reload a lot, you do have 36 shots before you run out of ammo, and a majority of the time in the matches that you go into, you are probably not going to run out of ammo before you end up dying. You're probably going to die a lot sooner to the point before you actually run out of ammo. That is because a lot of the matches that you do go into are going to be the close range matches. That is why I always recommend using close range matches for the bullet travel time weapons, just like this one, just like the laser disc thrower, just like the razor thrower, just like any other weapon which has a bullet travel time. You have to keep it at a close range distance, and that is how you are going to get your best gameplay. Because as you guys can see, it takes a long time to hit somebody like that. Like, that person was all the way across the hallway, and he was easily able to get out of the line of fire before the thing actually reached him. So that is a constant problem if you do go into a medium to long range map. Do not expect to win in a map like Parkour City when using this weapon, because that's probably not going to happen. But if you're in close range gameplay like I was in right there, the distance is almost unnoticeable, and it will almost be a pretty much instant weapon anyways. And honestly, if you are in medium range to long range, you can go right ahead and get kills with this thing, because I have to say, when using this weapon in medium to long range and getting those kills, like I said before, they are probably some of the most rewarding kills ever, because you feel like you actually did it. You feel like you actually guessed right, like you were lucky, like you calculated where you thought the enemy player would be, and you did it right. And it's just such a cool feeling. I really like it, and that's why I tend to sometimes just once in a while use a bullet travel time weapon in a medium to long range map, just to see if I can get a couple of kills. But if you are watching this and you're actually trying to look for a weapon that does really well in medium to long range purely for good gameplay, not necessarily for fun, but for a weapon which honestly will win those matches every single time, this is not going to be the one for you, okay? Now, if you're going into close range, then you might seriously want to consider this thing, because you can win matches in close range when using this weapon. The only big downside is, like I have said, you do have to reload a lot when using this weapon. And this weapon does have a pretty slow reload, so it will probably cost you your life. So if you do see somebody, always make sure to have at least 2 shots with you, so if the person does have max ammo, or does have max armor, it will be able to take them out. I always want to recommend to reload whenever you do not see anybody. It's always good to reload if you're in a part of the map where there's not too many people and you can go for a decent amount of time without seeing somebody. Like if you're in the middle of this hallway right here, it's probably not a good idea to manually reload your weapon. You should probably shoot all 6 of your shots until you eventually have to reload. But if you're over on this side of the map where I am over here, there's not too many people. If you're over there, there's not as many people, and you have the freedom to be able to reload before somebody does see you. So it's definitely wise to reload at the proper times when using this weapon, because you have to make sure to reload right if you want to use this weapon to its full advantage. I really love this weapon though, guys, and the only thing I really would have wished Reallysoft to have given this weapon was maybe just a very small area damage. This does not have any sort of area damage whatsoever, so you do have to hit the person right on the tip of the needle. You're going to have to do that, or else it is not going to actually successfully hit them. Now, one thing I have noticed when using this weapon is, since you are holding this weapon very far down below, it seems like you're kind of dragging this almost on the ground. If you do happen to see somebody maybe pretty close to like the globe in Silent School, like if I can actually get to the point I will show you guys right here, and you try to shoot at somebody in this hallway, it's not going to hit them, because the part where you fire out of the trapper will be too far down, and it's not going to actually hit them. So that's something to keep in mind when using this weapon, and if you just do that, then you should be good, guys. I really do enjoy this weapon. It's definitely something I would recommend you guys to get. It's very unusual and something that I can guarantee only a couple of other weapons in Pixel Gun 3D will provide you with the experience. It's a very unique experience, and definitely a weapon which I have had a lot of fun using. I have used this weapon quite a lot in numerous different matches that I have gone into, and pretty much every single map that I have gone into, I have always done, or every single close range map, I should say, I have always done relatively well. I may have not won every single match that I've gone into because, well, there simply are better weapons than this weapon, but at least if I have found a match where there aren't too many people using too many of the overpowered weapons in Pixel Gun 3D, you have a pretty good shot at winning in those matches. I do want to try to at least once get a double kill with this weapon, where it does fire through one player and goes through a next. If you only have 6 shots, your best bet is probably to stay in that hallway where everybody seems to stay. They always seem to stay right here, and well, if you stay right there, then probably a lot of people will be going through the hallway, and you may even get some of those double kills. You may even get a triple kill. The most I've gotten when using this weapon is a double kill. Have not gotten a triple kill yet, but it is entirely possible, and I can guarantee one thing. If you can manage to get a triple kill when using this weapon, that'll probably be one of the best triple kills you will ever get in Pixel Gun 3D. It's probably going to be one of the coolest feeling, and certainly something worthy of recording. So honestly, guys, I don't really have much else I need to say about the Trapper. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this weapon. If I could rate this weapon out of 1 to 10, I'd probably give this weapon an 8.5. Out of the other weapons that do have a travel time, I'd probably give the laser disc thrower like a 6. I'd give the razor thrower like a 4 maybe, and the shuriken thrower something like a 7. So this one is definitely better than the shuriken thrower in my personal opinion. Although the shuriken thrower does have a scope. If you take the scope out of context, then this is a pretty decent weapon. And honestly, you're not even going to use the scope too much when using the shuriken thrower, just because, well, with the shuriken thrower, it's going to work best at close range. You're not going to really need to use a scope if you are in extremely close range, like a map like Silent School. So honestly, if I could do a comparison, I would immediately, right off at the start, probably say that the Trapper is a little bit better than the shuriken thrower, but I haven't really compared them side by side too much yet, so it may very well change. Honestly, go check down below in the comment section of this video after this is posted, and I'll tell you guys if I have thought of anything different, and I may think the shuriken thrower is a little bit better. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's review, guys. I don't really have much else I need to say about the Trapper. It's a very good weapon, and definitely something I would recommend you guys to have. It's really unique and a lot of fun to use, and there really aren't too many downsides to it, other than the fact that it has a pretty small capacity. If you look past the small capacity, it's a great weapon, and one you will surely have a lot of fun of using. You will probably rage a lot when using this weapon, I can guarantee that. If you're in a match where there's a player probably using something like a jetpack right here, yeah, you're probably going to rage, because you're probably not going to be able to take them out since they have a jetpack and they can move around a ton faster than you will be able to do. So it is all based off of opinion. There's going to be those people that are going to absolutely hate this weapon just because it's not going to be those instant weapons like so many of the other ones. And there are going to be those people that are going to love this because this is going to require a lot of skill, and the kills are going to be very, very rewarding. I'm personally one of the people that do like it, and I can guarantee you guys one thing: I will do this or use this weapon in some future videos. I'll probably be doing a comparison with this weapon and some other weapon, most likely the shuriken thrower, in the near future, and I'll see if there are any decent random weapon gameplays where I can use this weapon. I can maybe do something like a real-life weapon gameplay, although, or not real-life, but a live weapon gameplay, because the Trapper is kind of like an alive weapon in Pixel Gun 3D. It's like living in the game, although that would be very similar to animal weapon gameplay, so it might be really similar to that one. I don't know, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll wait until a future update where they add something else. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So, this is a great weapon, and that is pretty much all there is to it. So, if you guys did enjoy this weapon review, make sure to hit the like button, comment, favorite, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Pixel Gun 3D videos. There was a double kill. Finally got you guys a double kill for this video. And, make sure to go check out my other weapon reviews I have done on my channel. I have done a ton of other weapon reviews. Honestly, it's ridiculous how many I have done in Pixel Gun 3D, and I am nowhere near complete yet. Like I have always said in the past, one of my main goals is to review every single weapon in this game, and I'm about 30 off still, so I still have quite a few to go. And eventually, I hope I will get every single one of them recorded. It might take a year or so because they constantly keep adding updates. They're adding weapons faster than I am able to record them. But, hey, it is what it is. Eventually, I'll get them done, guys, and I can promise you that. Also, make sure to go check out my other series I have done on my channel. Like I said, this is a pre-recorded video, so literally right before I recorded this one, I did the, ricocheting weapon gameplay, so make sure to go check that one out. I'll have a link down below in the description in case you guys have not watched that one, and make sure to go check out my other series I have done on Pixel Gun 3D. I do a series called Random Weapon Gameplay where I basically choose a specific topic and choose every weapon that pertains to that topic. Like I said, ricocheting weapon gameplay, space weapon gameplay is another one that I did very recently, alien weapon gameplay, animal weapon gameplay, heavy weapon gameplay, light weapon gameplay, every freaking type of gameplay. You name it, I have probably done it, and I have a lot more planned in the near future. I also have a colored weapon gameplay series where it's very similar to random weapon gameplay, but I choose a specific color. I do have a different thumbnail scheme for that one so you guys can tell the difference between those ones. I might actually do a pre-recording of a colored weapon gameplay. We'll see how things go, but I do have a couple that I still have on my list of things to do, and I also have a weapon comparison series where I'm probably going to be doing a couple of pre-recorded videos on that. So with that being said, that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure to leave a like if you guys did enjoy this. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not done so already. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.